I should call today's smoothie the Crucifixion Smoothie, but I'm not. Actually, it's a peanut butter kiwi kale smoothie. That's what I'm going to call it. But before we get to making the smoothie, what's really going on in the news today? We got ESPN Sports Center to talk about, but we'll talk about that in a moment. When it comes to Donald Trump and world news, not really much going on out there. Donald Trump tweets something stupid. The media says something stupid. It's like a back and forth dog and pony show. But what about ESPN Sports Center? They have actually jumped on the bandwagon about the story I was talking about yesterday, where we have a story. It's the Stones gambling hall cheating scandal. They got this poker player. His name is Mike-A-Postle, and they've basically crucified him to the cheating cross. I mean, they really don't have any proof that he's cheating. All these millennial kids think that he's cheating, and this really is a big story. I call it the crucifixion of Mike-A-Postle because, like I said, these kids really don't have any proof, but they've whipped up the mob into a frenzy. And then when you got ESPN Sports Center, can you imagine? ESPN Sports Center is now reporting on this. So they're helping this social media lynch mob whip up the young millennials into a frenzy. I mean, they're out for blood here. This is the mob is whipped into a frenzy. So this story is bigger than just a poker cheating scandal, if there was any cheating to begin with. What this is about is like sweethearts like this who pass on some gossip or what she thinks, or she passes on her opinion to some social media YouTuber who has 100,000 subscribers, and he goes through 66 hours of streaming poker footage, and he finds, in his opinion, the guy's cheating. So basically, it's their opinion. This young girl here and some other young guy and another. They're social media influencers, and it's their opinion that this poker player is cheating, yet they have no proof. I mean, this is a modern day nightmare we're talking about. So in my opinion, it's a big story. If you want to know more about it, go over to PLO and Hold'em TOT channel. That's my new experimental channel. I do have an experimental channel where I basically just talk about gambling and poker. But again, it's called PLO, which stands for Pot Limit Omaha. PLO and Hold'em, TOT. TOT stands for Time on Table. And that's my last 3 videos on this subject of Mike-A-Postle, the Stones gambling hall poker player who was crucified to the cheating cross. This story's got a lot going for it. I mean, we cannot keep on making the same mistakes. Not that I've made this mistake before, but I mean, social media people who have an immense amount of power, but do they have responsibility? That's what it really comes down to it. You've got these social media influencers. Some of them have 1 million subscribers, 10 million subscribers. And is there any responsibility to the truth? And basically not to whip up the mob into a frenzy and accuse somebody of something when you don't have any proof, no concrete proof, no smoking gun. I think it's a big story. Okay, let's get on to the making a smoothie. After a couple quotes from a couple big time poker players.
He was cheating. He was cheating. He was cheating. He was cheating. He was cheating.
I said, listen, you're all just if you're gonna just convict somebody based on what Doug Polk or Joey Ingram puts together, that's not how society works. I'm like, give the guy a chance to.
This morning we're going to have our standard kiwi kale apple peanut butter smoothie. We've already got our banana in there, so we're going to go ahead and throw a kiwi in. Sometimes you can use 2 kiwis if you want. I've already cleaned the kale very well. You've got to clean this kale more than 3 times. I noticed that the sand and the dirt really gets caught into the crevices. And maybe a little bit of dirt ain't gonna hurt you, but it could be the chemicals and the pesticides get trapped in there that I'm probably most worried about. So go ahead and clean these things for a lot more than 3 times. Possibly let it soak for hours. Okay, so we've got all the soft stuff in there. We got the banana, the kiwi, and the kale. Now we're going to go ahead and add the apple and some peanut butter. Okay, so we went ahead and added the apple and a couple scoops of peanut butter. And now maybe top it off with a couple more pieces of kale. Push it down a little bit. And then we're going to add half a gallon of almond milk. I'm basically putting in half of this half a gallon. The peanut butter and the almond milk is what really gives it a good taste, but you have all the other fresh ingredients in there to give you the vitamins and minerals you need. I don't believe that the vitamins they have, I don't believe they're really that good of vitamins for you. I think I'm even suspicious that the vitamins they're selling are some sort of oil-based product. Everything seems to be based and created off of oil, which is not healthy for you. That's why we really should get our vitamins from real food. Okay, so you know the routine. We mix it up for a minute and 30 seconds. Alright, let's check it out. See how good it is. Let's take a look. I really love my smoothies. I really do. Okay, let's put them in the refrigerator. Let them chill down a little bit. Chill down, then we're going to have brown rice for breakfast. So you always have a little bit of brown rice or some solid fiber food. So have some really good solid food. Like brown rice is perfect. And then after you eat the brown rice, then you can have your smoothie.